to the Parent Portal Information Session. Today you're going to learn how to use Genesis, the Parent Portal system. This system is really important to help us communicate with you. You're going to be able to access your child's grades, you're going to be able to email the teachers, and you're going to see what's going on. In high school, it's very important that you stay connected to what's happening with the child in school. And so Genesis is one way that we're able to do that. Alright, in the Genesis Parent Portal, you're going to have access to the schedule, grades, report cards, attendance, assignments, test scores, and discipline records. Alright? Getting started. The first thing, when you came in, we gave you the sign-up sheet for that. Once you complete that form, we're going to submit it to the IT department, and they're going to generate an email for you. The email will provide you with a temporary password and directory. You'll also get a login and a temporary password. When you first log in, you're going to use that temporary password, and then you're going to create a new password. One thing I should mention here is that the email that's already associated with your student account, that's the email that you need to use for the Genesis login. So that may be the problem. You may be giving us a different email that's not registered to the account. So at the end of the session, I'll check that for you.
Thanks.
When you first log on, you're going to see the screen. I don't know if you can see it from the back, the blue parent access. That's how you'll know you're in the correct place. It's going to say Plainfield High School Parent Access. That's where you're going to log in. I suggest that the first time you come up to this page that you save it as your favorites or create a shortcut. This way you don't have to keep typing it in. You don't have to remember. If you forget and you're at another computer, you can always go to the Plainfield Public Schools website and you can access it there as well. But you have to, go on to parent tabs and then scroll down to Genesis. The summary screen. The summary screen is the first screen that you're going to come to when you open up. Okay, and there's going to be a drop-down list to select the students. So if you have more than one student in Plainfield Public Schools, once you register, you're able to see all of these children that you have. Okay, and you just have to select the child that you want to view. You're going to be able to see the attendance summary for the week, an assignment summary for the week, a current schedule, and if you're viewing during the regular school day, it's going to be green highlighted, and you're going to see where they are at the time. Okay, so that's important information. If you ever wanted to come to the school, you could tell the secretary where your child is at the time. They don't even need to look it up. You can access that yourself and let them know. This is how the summary screen is going to look. As you can see, if you have more than one child, you are going to, you can't see it here, but there's a little tab, and you'll scroll down to the other child. So this is a sample, and this has 2 students listed, okay, and it's selected on Katrina Solomon. So that's whose information when we go through the next screens that you're going to see. And this is their schedule. So had it been here during the school day, and it was 1:30, then D would be highlighted. Alright. Also here where it says semester, you have FY for full year. So that's a course that means all year long. And then you have semester 2, S2. Okay, that's for semester 2. We don't have any semester 1 right now because we just finished semester 1. And so you'll be able to see that, the room number, and the name of the teacher. You also see a snapshot of their attendance and the name of their guidance counselor. Alright, another nice feature in Genesis is you're able to view the assessments. Okay, so in New Jersey, before high school, students take the NJ Ask, and you'll be able to view that data. Starting, if they're incoming freshmen, you would see their NJ Ask 8 data. I think further back than that, we didn't put it in previous years, but starting now, you'll be able to see that data. Any SAT data, they're going to be inputting that as well. And this is how the assessment screen looks. Okay, so this student is in the 10th grade, and you see we have their NJ Ask data for 8th grade. Okay, attendance. That's very crucial because you have to have a certain amount of hours in order to get credit for a class. That's state mandated. Okay, and so attendance is important. And so on the attendance screen, you can see the daily attendance. Okay, and it has a calendar with a color-coded legend. And you can see the total tardies and the total absences. You can also view the class attendance, and there's another tab for that. And that lets you see their monthly attendance and their year-to-date attendance. And again, that's important because the students cannot be absent more than, I believe it's 15 days before they're in jeopardy of losing credit. Okay, and this is how the attendance screen looks. Now, if you scroll your mouse over any of those days, something will pop up. I don't know if you can see it from where you're sitting. Okay, but you see there's a little box that says snow day. Okay, and that's for the snow day that we just had. So when you scroll over the dates, something will pop up. Also in the gray, you see for April coming up, the 14th through the 21st, that's our spring break. So you see any holidays that are coming up as well as holidays that have happened. There also is going to show you the absences. That's in red. Okay, we see on December 4th, the student was absent, and you'll be able to see that if that's absent unexcused. Okay, you'll be able to see that. You may say, oh, well, I took the child to the doctor. They shouldn't be unexcused. They should be excused. So they would need to bring in a doctor's note to the attendance office, and then they would be able to have it changed to being excused.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now, my daughter was at the Rock, and then she transferred here, and they did use Genesis. Is there any difference?
No.
Can I still use her log?
You should be able to still use her login information because it's Plainfield Public Schools. So that's why once you log in, even when they come up the grades, you know, from different schools, it should be there. Yes. Yours did not work? Okay, so that's a separate issue for IT. From, and they don't have it?
They don't have it for this school. Like, I tried it, but it didn't.
Yeah, we have to just, before you go, we just have to see your ID,
Okay.
and then we'll be able to submit it to IT. Okay?
It didn't work for them.
Yours did not work?
Yeah, because she was in Barranca, I thought it was going to work here too.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't switch over, so that's a question that we would have to bring up to IT as to why it's not switching over. Alright, so this is an example of the class attendance. So you note the two tabs, daily attendance, and now this is class attendance. You see that is highlighted in blue, and this is the screen, and it'll show you this is for a particular class. So one thing in high school, obviously the student can go to homeroom and they can get marked present, but the student can leave for the, they could decide that they want to, leave for a couple of periods and come back. So this is one way that you'll be able to monitor and ensure that they are not cutting class. Grading. Okay, the grading tab offers you current grades, marking period and interim progress report grades, email links for each teacher, principal report cards, grade history, previous school years listed, final grades for each course in a high school credits, available report cards, and a list of principal transcripts. So this is really a nice feature, but this is going to be grades that have happened in the past.
Can I get this to you?
Yeah, you can get that.